Good afternoon. God bless America from this beautiful Sunday afternoon down here in Mission, Texas. We Build the Wall, the newest section of We Build the Wall. My name is Ben Berquam. I'm with Frontline America on America's Voice News and Chasing Freedom on America's Voice News with Dr. Alma.
Hi there. How are you all today?
God bless you, Dr. Alma. We're here. Dr. Alma, you're 8th generation Tejana?
Yes.
Been in Texas?
Since 1763. My ancestors are still living in the same Spanish land grant deeded to them back in 1763.
Wow, and we're here. You're running for Congress, obviously, up in the 23rd district, but I came down here to see the wall and this new beautiful section of wall. As an 8th generation Texas resident, what does this wall mean to you?
It means a lot to me. It means sovereignty and safety for the American people. I'm really very excited about this. I see the new design. People are going to be really excited to have this wall built, and the Corps of Engineers contacted us, and they want to survey our property and actually build a wall through there. And I hope that they
and your family's property?
Yes, and I hope that they follow this design because it allows for flooding and everything, to just allows the water to flow back and forth very nicely.
And so we want to take you on a little tour. And again, shout out to We Build the Wall. Amazing work. If you guys aren't a part of We Build the Wall, this is really, I call this, and I don't want to, I don't want to mislabel it, but this is We the People's Wall. This is the American People's Wall. The first wall section built was actually in El Paso or Sunland Park, New Mexico, but this was funded by you, the American people. When the Democrats and the left in America were blocking President Trump from building the wall, Brian Kolfage came along and the organizers at We Build the Wall and said, you know what, we can do this. We the people can do this. And they did, and we did. And those of you that came along and donated to this wall belongs to you, the American people. Now, we're going to take you on a little tour. Hopefully the signal stays. I'm a little ways away from the wall, but I want to take you over here and show you some of the stuff. While I'm running over there, do me a favor, share this video, share it onto your page, tag We Build the Wall, say webuildthewall.us, support the next section of wall. This is 3 miles. We're going to take you on a little drive along this newest section, 3 miles, just finished in record time. Fisher Industries in a month, under a month, something crazy like that. The construction is incredible, these guys do. So we're going to talk to you about the construction. Share this video. Don't just share it on your own personal page. Share it to any groups that you're in, any pro-wall, any pro-America groups that you're in, on the pages that you administrate. Share it everywhere. Share it. Share it. God bless you guys. Michael, what's going on? Keith? All right. Shared. Keith shared. Thank you, Keith. All right, so I'm going to run you guys over here. Dr. Alma we're going to get in the car here and we're about to go, but I just want to take you on this side. Now, again, if the signal kind of fails, just bear with us because we're going to come back. The further we get away from the Mexico side, the better the signal is. The closer we get to Mexico, the worse the signal is. I want to point out a couple things, though, as we're doing this little tour with you guys. Again, down here in Mission, Texas, with We Build the Wall, America's Voice News. Check this out. So right over here, this is a Border Patrol station. It's a portable Border Patrol station, and they're deployed out along the border. So it's actually pulled up by a trailer. They deploy it. It raises up so they can actually have a higher vantage point of the river and everything that's going along here. Behind them, we've got, so most people know that obviously Border Patrol patrols the border. Department of Homeland Security has joint operations with that, or is the overseeing agency with Border Patrol. But there's other agencies that are involved in this as well. And behind us, we have Army National Guard, some of these guys from Georgia, some of them from West Virginia, all over the country deployed down here as well. The reason they're deployed, as well as Department of Interior and several other federal agencies, is because the manpower of Border Patrol is stretched so thin. We have been overrun for the last 10 years, 20 years really, but really the last 3-4 years, we have been completely overrun at the border. So we're using several different agencies to help secure this border. That is why this wall is so critical. Before this wall was here, you can see all this brush here, these reeds that run along the side of the river. What people would do is simply swim across. This is the Rio Grande River right here. That is Mexico right there. They would swim along the river or swim across the river, and they would hide in these reeds, and then they would wait for their opportunity and run into the farmland that's back over here, and then run into America. What happens here, now compare this. I just want to show you guys. I'm going to flip the camera here real quick so you guys get a little visual of this. I think the visual helps tell the story. So see all these reeds along the side here? See how much easier it is to hide there? check this out. Check this newest section of wall out. Look at this. Look at this. Cleaned up, all the reeds taken out, big beautiful wall that you can't climb over. You can't throw a rope onto. That's one of the things the left always says, oh, they'll just throw a rope and climb over it. Can't throw a rope on there because that rope would just land there and slide all the way down. Yes, if you had a 20-foot ladder, I suppose you could get up there and get on the ladder, but the nice thing is it slows you down. Just like a wall on your house or locks on your doors, it doesn't prevent everybody from getting in, but it slows them down. Same thing here. Again though, now Border Patrol on this one vantage point behind me can see all the way down the river. You can see all along the bank. So keeping the banks clean is really important. It also helps with the flood and the flow of the river. So all kinds of really good things that come along this. The other thing that comes along with it, as we got Dr. Alma walking over here as well, is the concrete road. Most of the Border Patrol walls now don't have this beautiful road that goes along with it. Also the lighting, the entire thing is lit. So at night you can see down it. It actually turns out to almost be like a work of art. It's so beautiful. And especially with all these nice curves that run along the river. And it also has motion sensors and all kinds of other technology, video sensors that go along with it. Now, couple things. Let me flip this around so I can talk to you guys about this. The wall itself, there's some details here that are really, really important. And Dr. Alma, remind me if I forget anything, okay? It's galvanized steel. It's rust-proof and it's dust-proof. Its lifespan is up to 100 years. The current wall that's being built is 10 to 20 years. This wall will last up to 100 years. This section that we're going to take you on, we're going to drive you down there. It's a 3-mile section. Took them under a month to build. Under a month. 3 miles of this wall. Compare that to this area that's supposed to have been built by the government for the last 2 years. They've only built several hundred feet. One of the main reasons is the IBWC, the lawsuits. We're not going to get into that, but there's some issues with that, where they were able to come, We Build the Wall was able to come and show that this wasn't a flood issue. In fact, it actually helps with flooding. It allows for the flood waters to go in and then recede, and it actually helps with the flow of the river. This wall was built in under a month. This wall per mile costs around $18 million. The current wall being built, wall construction, is up to $30 million. It can cost up to $12 million more. So this wall that takes a fraction of the time to build, that lasts for 100 years instead of 10 to 20 years, costs up to $12 million less per mile than the current wall construction. It's incredible. I mean, it's incredible. It's awesome. All right, let's go. Alma, Dr. Alma, did I forget anything in that?
No, you did quite well. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, guys, come on with us. Again, if you're just joining, Marie from Nebraska. God bless you, Marie. And we wanted to bring this to you. Again, if you're just joining, Ben Burquam, America's Voice News, out here showing you the newest section of wall by We Build the Wall, which means we the people, because anyone who helped actually helped build this wall. Your name, if you put money towards WeBuildTheWall.us, which I absolutely highly recommend you do, because they have hundreds of miles more that have been authorized, that private landowners have authorized to build on, but they need the money to build it. We need the money to build it. While the Democrats stall and drag their feet on trying to prevent, Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats try to prevent this wall from being built, we can just keep on building it. The American people can keep on building it, but only with your help at WeBuildTheWall.us. I don't know if that's Border Patrol. No, that's a private boat. WeBuildTheWall.us. One other thing I did forget to mention. Because this wall is able to be built right along the riverbanks, you don't have to have eminent domain. One of the biggest problems, and the reason why this area, the wall that's already been authorized, has only had a couple hundred feet built, is because, look at this, farmland, right behind us here. Now, if you go to these farmers and you say, hey, we want to build the wall, but we're going to cut off a mile of your farmland. We're going to go a mile inland, and we're going to cut all that land off so you can't access it. Farmland that you make money on. Well, what are you going to say? No, thank you. But if they come to the farmers and they say, hey, we're going to build this wall, we're going to keep your property safe, and we're not going to have to take any property from you, we're just going to build it right along the river. Guess what? The farmers are happy, because who do you think illegal immigration impacts the most? The people right here on this side of the river. So that's one of the best parts about this is It didn't have to use eminent domain because it's right up along the river, and farmers actually like it. The property owners actually like it because it helps secure their property. All right, we ready for this, Dr. Alma?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, Dr. Alma's going to be driving, so I'm not Catholic, so I don't do the cross, but just pray for me. All right, I'm going to be riding in the back here. Again, come along with us. We're giving you a little tour here, down here in Mission, Texas. We just wanted to bring you down here.
If you want me to stop, just
I'll bang on the top. 2 bangs for a stop, okay? 1 bang just means I'm having fun. All right. All right, guys, ready? Teddy Martin says he donates monthly, donate monthly. I don't know if he's saying to donate monthly, but I absolutely agree. Teddy, if you donate monthly, you're awesome. But if you're just making that as a suggestion, I absolutely agree. And what We Build the Wall says is they absolutely support the wall being built by President Trump and the administration. This is used to augment. So we're not saying, or they're not saying that this is the solution, that we don't want the federal wall. Of course we want the federal government to come along. We want more wall, but you can go a little faster. Dr. Alma. This will take forever. I was going to say you can go a little faster. Otherwise, this 3 miles is going to take us like 4 hours. So if you want a rally cart, you can too, because I like that too. But this is not designed to, here we go. This is not designed to replace the federal government's wall. It's designed to augment it. See those big, beautiful lights there, lighted up at night? Look at this. Look at all this big, beautiful construction. And one of the reasons why it's so fast, as we come over here, you can see these tractors behind us here. Fisher Industries building this thing. They actually made specially designed components that go on the edge of those caterpillars and excavators that help lift the sections in place, and they hold them there while the concrete's setting. So unlike most of the construction that's being done, where they actually have to create forms and hold the wall sections in position before they can move on to the next one, this can all be done ongoing. So, and hopefully the wind's not too bad here, but they can do a section and then do this section and then do this section. They can keep leapfrogging each other and just pump this out in record time. We could build the 2,000 miles of border wall. I mean, if we actually had the will to do it, we'd have it done so fast. It's incredible. It'd be incredible. Using a couple lines from President Trump. God bless President Trump. Keep up the great work, sir. And this is me speaking now. This is me, Ben Berquam. Trump 2020. God bless America. All right, back to the programming as we go. Thanks for joining us here. Look at this. Look at this big, beautiful wall. Got the river over there, big, beautiful river, Rio Grande River. And people on the Mexico side. So we go into Mexico all the time, and I interview people on that side, and they actually like the wall too, because they don't like the illegal immigration that's coming over and the cartel crime that they have on that side. By the way, anyone who supports open borders is simply supporting the cartels. That's what you're doing. The cartels control that. All of the illegal immigration that we have coming across the border is controlled by the cartels. So all of this, it doesn't just help America, it also helps Mexico. Because Mexico's a great country. There's a lot of great things going on in Mexico, but what's not great is crime. Crime's not great anywhere. So building the wall, securing the border, helps Mexico decrease crime on that side, and it helps America decrease crime on this side. Look at all this farmland. So now this farmer over here, big, oh man, it's beautiful down here. If you haven't been down to this part of America, South Texas, you're missing out. God bless Texas. So this farmer now can secure his property, can secure his work, and look at this, how this ran. So the way the river ran, you can actually see on the other side of his property is also the wall. So we're going to be driving over to that side as well. You'll be able to see that. It runs all the way around because it just follows the river. So all of this property that was basically the Wild West before, now is secure. It's awesome. Somebody said, can you fit the baby through it? Well, a preemie maybe, but we don't want to get into that. I do support life from conception. I'm guessing the reason you're asking that question is you think somebody's going to come and try to shove a baby through it. I hope that doesn't happen, but crazier things have happened. I mean, you look at what happens along our border, and crazy things happen. Hopefully, what this wall does is deter people from Yes, that is the idea. This nice, awesome fence here. Yeah, keep going. Straight up, just keep following it around to the left. Yep. So fence there so Border Patrol can go and access that pipeline or whoever, that water pumping station there. I'm guessing that's for the farmers out here. So they have to be able to still access that. So that was considered, obviously, by We Build the Wall. That's the other thing that's awesome about this is how quickly this is done. Yeah, again, John King says, a cutting torch. Yes, guys. Okay, hang on. I want to address these. By the way, all the people that are going to come up with reasons why a cutting torch. Yes, we can put a big ladder. We can climb over it. We can do all of these things. You could burrow under it and you might not get caught. You can climb over it and you might not get caught. You could cut a torch and cut through it and you might not get caught. But the likelihood of getting caught is much higher when there's a wall there than when there's not. So all of the arguments, it's just nonsense. It's like, this is the analogy I always use. It's for the people that are like, walls don't work. Well, do me a favor. Go home and start like, we're going to do it incrementally. Go home and unlock your doors tonight, okay? And then tomorrow night, maybe take a section of wall out of your house. And then maybe put a sign out in your front yard the next night that says, burglars welcome. Now, obviously, if a burglar wants to come into your house, or you don't even have to say burglars welcome, just put, we got a lot of expensive stuff in this house. That's what America is. America, people on the other side see that there's like a lot of wealth. Okay, and I know you guys are like, this analogy, where are you going with this? If you have locks on your doors, it doesn't guarantee that nobody's gonna break into your house, but it slows them down. If you have walls on your house, imagine if you had walls only on half of your house. What would a burglar do? They'd walk around to the side that doesn't have walls. Now, obviously, they could punch a hole through your wall to get into your house. They could dig underneath your house's foundation to get into your house. They could go on your roof and cut a hole in your roof to get into your house. They could break down the door. They could do all these things. And that's why you might have an alarm system as well. That's why there's motion sensors and there's security cameras and there's all the other stuff here. It's all part of a package that helps deter the criminal. Same thing here. So anyone that's going to argue all of the nonsense arguments about how walls don't work, just stop. Okay. All right, we're still going. Look at this. I mean, we're just starting. This thing goes forever. Hang on. God bless you guys. What's going on? How tall is it? Good question. It's an answer I don't have an answer, or a question I don't have the exact answer to. Just gauging it, I'd say 15 feet. That would be my guess. Somewhere between 15 and 20 feet. But it's really hard to judge vertical distance when you're just standing outside here. Anyone with, I should have asked that question. What's going on, conservative Anthony? Anyone with We Build the Wall that is watching this, Amanda or anyone else out there, can you provide the exact specs on the height of the wall? It's tall enough to slow you down that most ladders at Home Depot won't allow you to get over. I know that. It might be 20 feet. Dr. Alma, do you know how tall it is? Yeah, that's what I was saying, 15 feet, maybe 20 feet. And anyone who's with We Build the Wall that's watching this broadcast, do me a favor and just give us that exact spec. Look at this, we got an awesome Border Patrol agent walking over here, guys. So you can see how tall he is. I'm guessing he's about 5'10". What do you think of the new wall? Lip sealed? All right. Hey, God bless you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for your service. Do you know how tall it is exactly? No? Okay. God bless you, sir. Thank you. God bless Border Patrol. You guys do an amazing job. God bless all law enforcement in America. All right. Most of the time they can't talk, but we absolutely appreciate them. So Jeff says build it twice as high. That, you could. So the reason, I will say this, the reason it is the height that it is because I built that wall 18 feet tall. Steven says, I built that wall 18 feet tall. All right, there we go. 18 feet tall. Thank you, Steven. The reason it's 18 feet tall is because that is the height that we've determined is the best use of resources and the best deterrent. So the reason the wall is the height that it is, now you can build that wall 36 feet high, you could build the wall 50 feet high, but the cost benefit at some point would run out. And it was determined that 18 feet, I guess in this case, was the height that made the most sense, because obviously the taller you build it, the more expensive it becomes. And at some point, it just becomes redundant. You don't need it that high. You can build it 200 feet tall, but you don't need it that tall. 18 feet seems plenty high to me. That wall right there is tall enough for me to walk up to it and say, you know, I don't think I want to climb that. And especially knowing that there's Border Patrol. Hey, I see an inflatable out there. There's a raft. I wonder if that was put out there. I don't know if you guys can see that out in the water. Yeah, just for a second. Yeah. All right. If you guys can see this out here. Right out in the water there. Foreman Mike just texted me, 18 feet tall. Thank you, Foreman Mike. So I was right, between 15 and 20 feet. My eyes are pretty good. Back up a little bit, Dr. Alma. Yes. How deep? Dan says, that is one of those things, and I don't know, somebody can answer that if We Build the Wall, any of the builders from We Build the Wall are watching this. Foreman Mike, if you're watching this, they're asking how deep do they go? The last I heard, some of that is not told because they don't want people to know how deep to dig. So I'm just gonna leave it there unless somebody else from We Build the Wall prompts. Right, that's good, that's good. So you can actually see a raft right out there in the water. So that's, people ask, well, how do they get across? Sometimes they swim, yes, but oftentimes they take rafts and then come over, and then they leave them on this side, or somebody brings them over, a coyote brings them over, and then paddles back across. Obviously, in this case, that raft is no longer usable. You can see it over there on the Mexico side. So, or maybe they came over, they brought the raft over, and they said, the heck with it, we're going back, and then they decided to swim back. I don't know the answer to the raft, but anyways, let's keep going, Dr. Alma. Paul says, should have done it 100 years ago. Absolutely agreed. It has really become more of an issue the last few years. In fact, talking to Dr. Alma and a lot of the people that grew up down here, it really, 50 years ago, it wasn't that big of an issue. People would go in and come out of Mexico, and it was actually, it was just kind of life down here. It wasn't until, it wasn't until it became, controlled by the cartels, and we had all the sex trafficking and drug trafficking and murders going on, that it became a big deal to close down the border. It used to just be good commerce. People would go into Mexico and they'd do their shopping, go visit their family, they'd come back. Some people from Mexico would come to America, then they'd go back. But now that we have it, the Mexico side basically controlled by the cartels, and we have thousands of Americans being killed by illegal aliens every year, and we have rapes and murders and thefts and everything else, now it's a big deal, and now it absolutely needs to be built. Now you can see over here too, people on the Mexico side picnicking along the river. There's, to all the people out there that are like, the open borders people that are like, oh, Mexico is such a terrible place, how dare us, not allow everybody that wants to come into America. Well, that's really disrespectful to Mexico, because there's some really great parts of Mexico. Mexico, really, the main thing that Mexico needs is a cleanup of the corruption. But Mexico's a beautiful country, and most people that live in Mexico want to stay in Mexico. And same thing that you find in Guatemala and Central America and South America. Most people, if they could fix their own country, wouldn't want to come to America. Now, some people do, and that's why we have an immigration policy. That's why we have an immigration system. That's why we allow more people to immigrate to America than any other country in the world. But we have to know who's coming. That's the bottom line. We have to know who's coming. That actually looks like a really cool place over there. When I go back into Mexico, I might go visit. It looks like a little eatery out on the water, little cabana over there. That's pretty cool. I don't know if that's a boat or a helicopter. Citizen Fund, thank you. I'm actually let's tag that. Hang on here. Citizen funded. Let me see if I can pin that. Boom, pinned it. Hopefully that's pinned. If you guys can see that. Did I pin your comment, Trisha? Let me see. All right. Trisha just posted the website. Trish Hogan just posted the website, webuildthewall.us. Guys, if you have not contributed, and a lot of the people, when this first started, I want to address this really quick too. This is really important that we address this. Again, welcome, Ben Berquam. America's Voice News, out here. We build the wall, newest section, a big, beautiful wall. Now, when this project was first announced, and Brian Colflash first announced this, triple amputee, the most decorated amputee, Air Force amputee in American history, Brian Colflash, American hero, Brian Colflash. God bless Brian Colflash. We throw that word out, hero, a lot. Those are heroes, people that put their lives on the line for this country and sacrifice limbs and lives for this country. Those are real heroes. And Brian is one of those. Awesome. Hey, thank you. Okay, I just read some of my texts that are coming through. So when this project first came out, a lot of people were, bad mouthing it, saying, "Oh, it raised all this money. What are you going to do with this? Blah blah blah." This is what they're going to do with it. They're building a wall. They built a wall, and they're building more wall. This is one of those projects. You know what I love about this? The thing I love the most about this entire project is they actually did it. We actually did it. The American people actually did it. I contributed a very small amount. I think it was $176.76. I was trying to do $17.76. But that was all I could contribute. And people from all over the country did the same thing. They came together. This is what America was built on. This is like the history of America, is Americans coming together and standing together and saying, we don't need the government to do this for us. We can do it. We the people can do it. And we're doing it. This is there's no greater example of a We the People project than this right here. America was under attack. America was being threatened. Our family was being threatened. We came together and we, the people, built this wall. Got a really loud airboat coming behind me. Hopefully you can still hear me. But we did it. You did it. If you helped build this wall. So to all the naysayers out there, the poo-pooers, the pessimists out there, here it is. Big, beautiful wall. Well done, guys. Well done. Well done, America. And we're probably only a mile into it. I don't even know where we're at. I don't even know where we started. We started way back there. And now we're way out here. Oh, we started over there. Oh, we're actually on the other side now. Look at this. This is cool. So we started, and we're still going. You're doing a great job, Dr. Alma. She's trying to figure out where to go. We got some barrels coming up on us. So we started right there, right over there. And now we've come, I would say, a good 2 miles. We might be coming close to the end of it here. Hang on, we're slowing down here a little bit. It's awesome. It's awesome. So to recap, cheaper, faster, more effective, more efficient, rust-proof, dust-proof. I'm running out of fingers because I'm holding this thing on the other side. It's better. It's awesome. It works. Walls work. Border Patrol, we just talked to them off camera. Most of the time they don't want to be on camera. They love it. They love it because it makes their job easier. They're not having to trudge through the marsh to catch these guys that are coming across. And most of the people coming across illegally we don't want in America. I'm gonna make sure I say that right. There's a lot of criminal activity that's coming over here. Now, one of the biggest problems is leftist organizations in America who are in Mexico and Central America inviting people to come break the law. There are people, we've interviewed people in Mexico, that were told, they were advertisements, there were Facebook advertisements in Guatemala inviting people to join the caravan, put on by globalist leftists in America and around the world to try to undermine American sovereignty. Some of the people that came illegally were just duped into coming. They heard there was a free bus ticket and they could come join. I'd say go around to the right. Go to the right, Dr. Alma. Yeah, to the right here. And it looks like we're coming up to the end of it right down there. And one of the biggest problems that we had was the asylum laws that we had in America, where you could come in, you could raise your hand, you could request asylum, and you had to be given a court date in America. We got so backed up. Let's go to the very end. We got so backed up, our court system got so backed up, they were 3 to 5 years backlogged. So people would come in illegally, they'd say, I'm requesting asylum. What they're really requesting, 90% of them were coming here for a job, an economic benefit, which God bless them. I understand why they would want that, but you don't have a right to cut in front of the line to get it. There's a way to do it legally. You apply for the process, you apply for the visa, and you wait in line just like you wait in any other line for your turn. They were told that all you had to do was come and break into the country and you would get a hearing, you'd get a trial. Thank God President Trump and the administration fought back against this. Now we have the stay in Mexico policy that forces people to stay in Mexico or Central America or wherever they're coming from until their asylum hearing is done. And then we find out whether or not they have a claim to come. We're here at the end, 3 miles. Thank you, Dr. Alma. Beautiful job. I'm gonna jump out here, finish the video on this side. But that's one of the reasons why we've seen such a decrease in illegal crossings this last year, was because of that policy. It's all part of the plan, or of the program of securing our border. It's not just the wall. Some people are like, well, wall's not going to keep everyone out. No, it's not. It's the whole process. So we need a court system that works, is effective. We need a wall that works. We need border security that works. We need ICE in America that can help get the bad guys out of this country. We need sanctuary policies and sanctuary politicians arrested for undermining, aiding, and abetting the invasion of this country. We need all of that. We need politicians that work for America first, not for foreign countries first. We need chambers of commerce that aren't looking for cheap labor that they can bring in illegally from foreign countries, that hire American workers. We need all of that. By the way, all of the Democrats like Bernie Sanders that support illegal immigration and want open borders are the ones that are out there demanding $15 minimum wage. Guess what? Businesses would pay people more if they didn't have the incentive to hire illegal aliens. All of this stuff, it's all connected. It's all connected. I'm going to end on this. God bless We Build the Wall. If you want to see this wall continue, we're at the end of this 3-mile stretch right here. But you can help this wall continue. If you want to see this wall continue all the way down the banks of the Rio Grande and all the way out to the Pacific Ocean, go to webuildthewall.us and support. Anything you want to add, Dr. Alma?
I am so happy and proud. It's so beautiful. It's amazing, yes. And it didn't take much, did it?
No, it's awesome. That's all I got for you guys. Awesome job. Keep supporting webuildthewall.us. Stay tuned. All kinds of news stories. There's going to be a lot of fake news media out here. I imagine over the next few days, there's going to be a lot of real news media out here over the next few days and weeks and months. And think for yourself. Stand up. If you feel like you need to be a part of something, you probably do. If you're sitting on your couch and you're wondering what you can do, the first thing you can do is donate. And you can get off your couch and you can go out and do something. So whether that's coming out with America's Voice News, following America's Voice News, supporting We Build the Wall, all of that, guys, there's something that you can do. Every American can do something. God bless the folks at We Build the Wall. God bless you. God bless President Trump. God bless America.